Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and welcome to my crafty corner of the world. And today I'm going to work on Dearjuliejulie September Stash Buster Junk Journal Challenge, letter S, strips of paper. Now this is going to be a really quick video because I didn't want you to have to sit and watch me glue down a bunch of strips of paper. So I've used scrapbook paper, and here I've put it on, made a 4x6 journal card, and I just used a large Project Life card for my base. And I've got 1-inch strips here, here, and here, and 1/2-inch strips here. So very simple, re-rounded the corners, inked around the edges, and now I'm just going to put a little embellishing on it. And while I'm doing that, I just learned, and please bear in mind, I'm videoing these ahead because I'm trying to get all my elements made so I can get ready for some other projects like the collaboration and my Kara Brandon design team project. Anyway, oh, and Kara Brandon is having a Dollar Tree challenge this month, and I want to be able to participate in that as well. Okay, so anyway, I just learned, apparently, distressing is no longer being allowed or counting as embellishing for Dearjuliejulie challenges, where she requires 3 embellishments. So, in any of my previous videos for this month, honestly, I may be a little rogue this month in that I'm not going to go back and study each element to be sure it has enough embellishments outside of my distressing, but wanted to let you know that I did learn that. And so where you've heard me refer to distressing as part of the embellishment allowance, that is incorrect. So if you're distressing, you will need to have 3 other embellishing items. Okay. So I've just put down a couple of pieces. The fabric I put down is actually ribbon that I just cut up, and then this little label from Calico Collage, and one of the butterflies that, I think that's actually a moth, that I cut from my paper pad. And then I will be stitching around the edge of this. My corners, or my strips, I think are down pretty well, but just to ensure, I will be stitching around the edge of that. So there's number 1, and that's a journal card. For number 2, here I did my strips differently. These are 1/2-inch strips, and they're all cut to different lengths, so they're all placed differently. Again, they're using scraps of the scrapbook paper that I'm using, and I just laid them out horizontally and at different ways. Okay, and this is, I forget how large this is. This will be a pocket, and I made it 3.5 by 5. So, for this one, and again, I'll be sewing around this as well, I want to add along this top edge a little bit of lace. And I want to put this on there. I want the flowers to be over the lace though, so I'm gonna kind of, with my finger, try to mark where my glue needs to stop. And I'm just using my Fabri-Tac because it's what I have already open right here. All right. So flip that little bit over. Let's cut off that extra stem. And let's go ahead and cut off this little bit of overage on the lace. And then I've got these words from the flower, and the words are from Calico Collage. So, goodbye summer, hello autumn. And again, using my Fabri-Tac, blah, 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 blah. Fabri-Tac, only because that's what I've got open. We're going to put that about there. Yeah, I felt really bad. Bonnie is actually the one that let me know about the not allowing distressing anymore, which is, I'm not sure that I fully understand it, but I mean, it's Julie's party, so I truly do apologize if I've misled anyone. That was certainly not my intent. I guess well, obviously I did just assume that it would be allowed because it had been allowed. Okay, so again, the strips of paper, I will be sewing around that, but there's my little pocket. Now I'm going to make a tag, and I'm actually going to use a tag base. I have about a gazillion of these in my stash, so I'm going to use them. And this was something that I saw Corey Dahman do, and I fell in love with its simplicity. So, now that I've kept my Fabri-Tac, I will go ahead. So, these strips, as you will see, they are all different sizes, different widths, doesn't matter. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I did with a very light pencil line, make a line across the bottom so that I would have them at least somewhat lined up on the bottom. It's not necessary by any means. You can do this any way you want. But for this one, I'm going to take each of my 3 strips, put my first one down, And my second one. And I'm going to leave space between them. And my third one. And again, I'm going to leave space between them. Okay. Now, all that's left, so I'm going to leave my tag that simple. I've got 3 strips, and now I'm going to add just some embellishment and a topper to it. So I'm going to lay my leaves right there. And then I've just got this little cozy blanket phrase, which is one of my favorite things about autumn, is being able to wrap up in a cozy blanket. When that air gets crisp. Okay. And then that is the tag. I am, while I'm thinking about it, going to go ahead and make my eraser marks go away. But it's such a simple, I love the simplicity of it. Not gonna lie, I love the simplicity of it. Then I'll just use this little piece of ribbon. And I'm gonna cut like that. And that. And I'm going to grab my stapler. And just staple my ribbon on there. So that is my tag. So really simple and quick projects today. The strips took really no real time to lay down. I just didn't want you to have to sit there and watch me glue down strips over and over and over again. So I've got journal card, pocket, and tag using strips of paper. So until next time, everyone, I wish you all a wonderfully happy, crafty day, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.